Amy Opie, we've got Dakota Schaefer, we've got Winter Gazzaro, we've got Jessica Massey, we've got Patrick Bierman, we've got Jessica Tomchuk, and we've got Crystal McDougall. That's the 7 athletes that represented Team Montana on Team USA. Team USA, Jonathan had about 350 athletes, 400 athletes from all across the country. 7 of them represented from Montana. You rock. They did an amazing job. I want you to know that they were outstanding ambassadors on behalf of the great state of Montana. They won their races with grace and dignity. They, if you will, lost their races with grace and dignity. They couldn't have been better ambassadors. Regardless of where you finished, you came home champions to Montana. So congratulations, guys. Spending some time there like some of you did, and it was quite powerful to witness our athletes compete on a world stage. And I'd like you to know that as I've come home and tried to put my arms around this whole experience, it's really quite difficult, and it's tremendously difficult to express words. But if I were to do that, as I've said to a couple of you, there were 3 things that I walked away there with. And that was generosity, was gratitude, and it was grace. Those 3 things. I couldn't believe the generosity that the world was providing a forum for these athletes to showcase their skills and abilities. The gratitude with which the athletes welcomed that was second to none. And the grace with which the world community came together, void of conflict, that we see around the world in war-torn areas like Iran and Syria. And athletes from Iran and Syria mixing with the USA athletes and mixing with athletes all over the globe. It just reminded me that the world is a good place and it's in good hands because there are good people not unlike yourselves, but we also have masterful teachers who went there to show us how to live. Pretty powerful. So kudos to you athletes. You are amazing. And I just have the highest regard for what you've accomplished in light of the challenges you experience from day to day, but overcoming them with grace and style. So thank you very, very much, athletes. And last thing, folks, I know a number of you were hoping to see closing ceremonies, and they weren't broadcast on ESPN. ESPN, by the way, has done a phenomenal job. I think all of you would agree. The coverage, they took it out of the charity entertainment section and put it where it needs to be, and that's in sports. And we had world-class athletes demonstrating to the world what can be accomplished when you train hard and you compete as real champions do. But I want you to know that ESPN will be broadcasting closing ceremonies and a wrap-up Thursday evening. Now, I forget exactly what time. They may be doing it in the morning and repeating it at 5 and then at 9:30 or so. You just have to go and check it out, okay? Check ESPN's schedule out. And if you have any doubt, call our office and we can get that information to you. Lanny Glassner, our marketing director, could get that information to you. But they will have coverage of the closing ceremonies and some final wrap-up pieces that you'll have a chance to see. And as some of you know, they did a lot of backup stories around the competition. One of those backup stories was our own Patrick Bierman from Lewistown, who in a very real sense was kind of a movie rock star. I mean, the media was following this guy around all over the place, capturing his story. And of course, I thought they did a marvelous job of that, just as they did all the other athletes. So, friends, thank you for going to the World Games. Thank you for being here to welcome your children, your friends, your athletes home. Take them home, give them a big hug, and savor these experiences, savor this moment, because it, I think, sets the stage for greater things to come, not only by our athletes, but by our movement in general in Montana. Thank you much.
Thanks, Mike.